Hello and welcome along to this video. This is my video entry for the competition for the channel Movie Worm, which has just hit 500 subscribers, and at this point it is well above the 500 subscribers. I'm sure Jordan at Movie Worm will get many more subscribers. His channel is great. I think when I first bumped into Movie Worm's channel it was just coming up to 300 subscribers, and that seems like yesterday, and here we are at 500. I'm sure it won't be long before we're talking about 1,000. So I urge you, if you don't know already, go to Movie Worm's channel and check it out. It's a great channel. I have a lot of fun watching his stuff. I watch every video that he does. I find them all entertaining. He's going to start some stuff to do with PlayStation games and stuff like that. I think it's PlayStation 5 games and stuff, for games. I don't know much about them, but I'm interested just to watch what he's got to say about that. So if I'm going to watch something that I'm not interested in a fashion, it just shows you how good a channel is, if that makes any sense. Anyway, the competition run by Jordan is going to be to answer 2 questions. Now, if you want, you can't enter. If you subscribe to him, you can't enter, and you can do a video entry like I'm doing here, and it will give you 3 chances to be put into the hat to get pulled out to win £25 on each of one of the ones drawn. And so that means you've got a total, you could, if you win all 3, if you're very lucky, you will get the whole £75 in Amazon vouchers. Can you believe it? I think that's very generous of Jordan to do something like that. And so yes, so the 2 questions that he's posed is, what is your favourite scene in a movie of all time? That was quite easy for me to pick. The hard one for me was going to be, what is the scariest thing that you've ever seen, scariest movie scene in a movie? Now, I recently answered a similar question to a channel called Horror in Todge, who had it was probably his 1,000 subscribers competition, and he's well above that. But the one I used in there was from a scene in a film called Grizzly, which gave me nightmares. That's the only film to ever give me nightmares. Now, the scene I'm going to talk about today is one that I was thinking about when I was going for Horror in Todge's channel. But this is the one. This is why my video entry has taken so long, because I had to put my thinking cap on to think: does this film actually exist? Because I haven't got this film, and is it the one that I'm thinking about? Anyway, more about that in a second. And also, I've got an unboxing as well today. This has just come in. Wow! So there's that at the end. So yes, my favourite scene of all time, I probably talked about this on a different video, is without a shadow of a doubt, it has been and it will be forever, and it's been my favourite scene for a long time, and it comes from one of the best films ever made, Jaws. Now, my favourite scene in this film is when they're all sitting on a boat and they're going out to kill or capture the shark, and they're waiting to, Quint is on the boat and he's set his line up and they're busy doing their bit stuff. Cooper's, looking at his electronic equipment, and Brody's probably trying to stand there, trying not to be sick because he doesn't like water at all. So as there's nothing happening in the film, and all of a sudden, the camera work in this scene is amazing, and Spielberg just plays. This whole film is amazing, but this scene is just unreal, because as he's looking out to the sea, the line clicks beside him, just one click, and then he turns and just looks at the line, and then it starts to click again, and it shows you his process about putting his gear on and his belts on, fixing himself into the chair because he knows there's something coming here. He's got obviously all this savvy to do with catching fish anyway, and he knows that this is the big monster that he's going for. So the whole thing with the very slow cello going underneath the soundtrack, it's boom like that, and you know that there's something milling around there, and these lines are clicking. Everyone's oblivious to this line clicking apart from Quint. That scene might only last for maybe a minute, but for me it's the best ever thing. It just me hairs on me back of me, well, I've got hairs in the back of my neck, they are standing up just thinking about it. And when this scene comes on in this film, which I've watched 1 billion times, a slight exaggeration, probably only 10 million, it always gets me every single time. And without a shadow of a doubt, that's my favourite scene of all time. If you've seen the film, you will know exactly what scene I'm talking about. So that's question 1. Also, I was talking with Movie Collector yesterday, about this whole thing, you know, this competition, and I did think to myself, there is a slight one I've got to throw in as an honourable mention for movie scenes, and it comes from A Clockwork Orange, and it's at the start of the film where the Alex and his three droogs are out in a subway and they're attacking an old homeless man who's drinking, and they say that they're hitting him. I think with Alex is hitting him with his cane, and he's got the cane on his stomach and he's pushing into it, and this fella says, "Go on then, do us in, you filthy cowards." I don't want to live in a world if it's one that's as stinking as this. I'm paraphrasing a bit, but he said, "I don't want to live in a world, especially one as stinking as this." So Alex turns around and says, very menacingly, "Oh, and what's so stinking about it?" And I just don't know why I like that scene, but I love that scene. It might be one of my standout scenes in A Clockwork Orange for me. Although there's plenty in there, so that's an honourable mention. So the most scariest scene of all time, I can't really pin it down to any particular scene as such, but one that I'm going to talk about today is the one that, and strangely enough, this whole video, this whole competition has helped me out in a way, because last night, as I was thinking about these things, I thought, right, I haven't got this film, but I'm going to have to get it. So it's on eBay, and it was a German version, and it was on for £9, and I thought I'll put a cheeky offer in for it because it's not the best version out there. And then when I got it this morning, I thought, right, I'll go and get that film, and it was gone. Someone had bought it, so that spurred me on to have a look on Wow HD to see what the American version from Screen Factory was like. And ironically enough, it was on for £11.84 with 3p&P. I went and bought it this morning at £11.84, no tax, so that's great. So that's coming. So that spurred me on to get this film, which I did want anyway. But the film I'm going to talk about is 1974's, if I can get that, I don't want to get, yeah, that's it. 1974's The Legend of Hell House. I don't know if you can see that's a bit, yeah, there you go. And what I'm going to say about this film is that I haven't seen this since I was very young, and I do remember it frightened the life out of us. And there's the scenes of, I'm going to say like possession, demonic possessions, where people are, and I hope I got the right film here, I think I have, they are on the floor and they are getting dragged across by an invisible force, and they're shooting across the floor. It's seemingly, I mean, if you can imagine me when I was a young kid seeing this, where somebody just falls on the floor and just flies to one side the corner of the room and things are falling off. It's really good how they've done it. And also as well, and this might not be in this film, but I'm pretty sure it is, that there's somebody, and this could be just, it could even be a nightmare I had, somebody is sitting next to an ornate fireplace, and it does have shades of Evil Dead 2 this as well. When I see the scene in Evil Dead 2, it always makes me think of this scene, which I presume is in this Legend of Hell House. And as you're sitting there, the fireplace has got ornate pictures on and faces carved into the wood, and as you're sitting there, one of the things turns around and looks at them, which I found utterly frightening. It frightened me to death that something like that could do. Now that could be, I'm saying that I've got this whole thing up, it could be all completely in my mind, but anyway, so that's my scariest scene at the moment I'm thinking is in this film. But anyway, when I get the film, I'll watch it, I'll tell you if I was right anyway. So I'm waffling now. So like I say, get yourself over to Movie Worms channel. You'll not be disappointed at all. It's a great channel. I have a great time with his stuff, and we'll have a great friendship going on there. And he always replies to your stuff, and he's a very friendly guy, full of friendly advice and friendly disposition. And he's a great channel to watch as well. One of the first ones I did watch when I first started my channel. So there you go. So anyway, quick unboxing. I think I know what this is. If it is what it is, it's a bit of an eBay like lottery. Why I mean that, the picture looked a certain way, and I didn't message the person to say, am I getting what's on this picture? Because there was 5 to sell. He was selling 5. He never got back to us. He didn't have any, he had 100% feedback, and I also thought to myself, well, it it's a bit, it was, I went on the next day to see if he had answered my question. He hadn't. There was only one left, and I thought, well, at that price I'm going to go for it. And because I have had this on a watch list for quite a while, and the problem I've got with it is, does it have a slip cover? And it certainly does. So that's me breathing out a sigh of relief, because you know what I'm like with slip covers. Every time I go for eBay and I get a slip cover off it, it's they promise it comes, it hasn't got one, but this one has, and it is this film here. Now weirdly enough, believe it or not, this was $5.99. Now it's still shrink wrapped, which is mad, and also it's one of those films where I've heard really mixed reports about it. I do like the two people in it. Apparently it just was released at the wrong time. It had a lot of problems, and it could be, but the fact it could be bad, but the fact it's I'm trying to see who it's from, and I'm going to not get the name of the person. I'm going to say someone like, not Luc Besson, but a bit like that sort of thing. Anyway, it was a complete disaster at the cinema. It was a complete disaster at the cinema, but I think that was because it just didn't have any proper press and all that. But the short story about this is it's apparently meant to have an absolutely amazing print. So I wanted to check it out, and for $5.99 you can't go wrong, especially completely in the slip cover is in amazing condition. Apart from that, which I can live with, you're never going to see that on the shelf when it's at the back. So yeah, so there you go. That could be another one of those ones that's absolutely stunning, and you don't know why it didn't receive better. But anyway, okay. So that's that. Thanks once again, Jordan, for setting this competition up. I really appreciate the chance to enter this, and good luck to everybody in this competition. And I'm sure that when he announces this, I like the fact of you on your edge of your seat wanting to know who's won and all that. So good luck to him, good luck to you, good luck to him, and everything else in between, if that makes sense. I'm waffling now, so I'm going to get myself out of here. So you take care, and remember, check out this channel.